Greetings. Thank you today for tuning in to the Pilgrim Baptist Church broadcast. God is an amazing and awesome God, and today I want to share with you the God that has changed my life. In fact, the God that is awesome and is reaching out to touch the world today. Now, what I want you to do today, as you tune into the Word and as you tune in to worship, what I want you to do is this. I want you to open up your heart. I want you to open up your mind. I want you to experience this word today as if God is speaking directly to you. I promise you, you're not here by accident. God is speaking to you today. God bless you. Your spirit. James Henry Wright, noted theologian and pastor, also author, teaches a class. And in the class that he teaches, one of the things that he does in the class to try to demonstrate to the class the Holy Spirit is he enters the class with 2 glasses of water and 2 packets of Alka-Seltzer. He opens one packet, drops it into the glass. The other packet, unopened, he drops into the glass. The open packet of Alka-Seltzer, it fizzes, it bubbles, and shows that the glass is full. The unopened packet of Alka-Seltzer, in that glass, there's no change. I want to talk about the Holy Spirit today, and possibly even the coming Sundays, because what I want us to understand is that if we don't open the packet, there's no filling that will take place. So I want to talk about the Holy Spirit. And here, what we find in the Gospel of John is Jesus first introduces to the disciples. This is not the first occurrence of the Holy Spirit, but he first introduces to the disciples the Holy Spirit. And he does it, interestingly, by breathing on them. And it says, receive ye the Holy Spirit. As we deal with the Holy Spirit, something that we need to understand is that the Holy Spirit is the first power we come to experience and the last power that we come to understand. We spend a lot of time talking about the Father, and when the preacher gets to talk about Jesus, everybody shouts. But the Holy Spirit is often considered the forgotten member of the Trinity. So today we want to open the package of the Holy Spirit so we can begin to understand exactly not a what, but who the Holy Spirit is. The Holy Spirit, part of what the Holy Spirit does. See, the Holy Spirit gives you experience with God. Now, help me. Now, see, the cross grants us position with God, but the Holy Spirit gives us experience with God. Now, see, by Jesus dying upon the cross, that's what allows us to be children of God, sons and daughters of the Most High King. But see, that just gives you your position, the cross. But having an encounter, having a relationship, knowing the Holy Spirit gives you the experience with God. So I just want to today just say thank you, Lord, for your Spirit. In a theological sense, in terms of studying the Bible and learning about God, the Holy Spirit, the study of the Holy Spirit actually has a name, and the name of the study of the Holy Spirit is called pneumatology. Pneumatology. The Greek word, when you see Holy Spirit in the New Testament, it uses this word pneuma. So pneumatology, what it actually deals with, it deals with the study of the Holy Spirit. Pneuma means breath or means wind. Now, pneuma is the word that's used in the New Testament, but in the Old Testament, when God created Adam, it's a different word. It's a Hebrew word that means ruach. So ruach has the same meaning as pneuma. It means breath or wind. So the study of the Holy Spirit is called pneumatology. And when you study the Holy Spirit, in fact, study this field of pneumatology, you encounter things such as the baptism of the Holy Spirit. You encounter things such as the filling of the Holy Spirit. You encounter things such as the power and the gifts of the Holy Spirit. You also encounter things like the conviction of the Holy Spirit, the illumination and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, also the guidance and the fruit of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is essential. It is critical. It is important. A Christian cannot grow and develop and be who God wants for you to be without the Holy Spirit. Throughout the Bible, there are various symbols for the Holy Spirit. A dove is one symbol of the Holy Spirit, and we find the dove when Jesus was baptized by John. And when Jesus was baptized by John, it says that the Spirit descended upon him like a dove. But also the Holy Spirit is symbolized also as fire. It's symbolized as fire because probably the most famous, most well-known passage of the Holy Spirit is in Acts chapter 2, and it says that there were cloven tongues like fire that descended upon the apostles. It's a dove, it's fire, but then also the Holy Spirit is wind. It's wind because it's wind when in John and even in Acts, and even in Acts 2, because it says there was a sound of a mighty rushing wind. But then also the Holy Spirit is not just dove, it's not just fire, it's not just wind, it's also represented as water. When Jesus was speaking with the woman at the well in John chapter 4, he was having this conversation with her about giving her living water. And the living water that he was talking about was not actually water as we think of water as an H2O. He was talking about, I'll give you my Spirit. And so thank you, Lord, for your Spirit. So as we look at the Holy Spirit, I want us to understand again that the Holy Spirit is not an it. The Holy Spirit is a person. So can I just take a moment and help us to understand as we study and learn the Holy Spirit together, so we won't continue to make the Holy Spirit the forgotten member, the last part, the lesser, because there is not actually a lesser of the Trinity, but we would know that the Holy Spirit is a person. That's right. Amen. Holy Spirit is a person. It's a person. So let me help you. This is a teaching moment. It's a teaching moment, and so for a point, I'm going to try to make a point not to get happy. I'm going to try a teaching moment. I'm going to try not to get happy because the Holy Spirit is a person. The Holy Spirit is a person because the Holy Spirit, when we study intently, we'll find that the Holy Spirit has feelings. People have feelings, and the Holy Spirit has feelings. Let me help you. Ephesians 4:30 speaks of grieving the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has feelings. So the Holy Spirit is a person, but not just only does the Holy Spirit have feelings, the Holy Spirit also has intelligence. Romans 8:27 speak of the mind of the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit has feelings and it also has intelligence. But then if you look further at Romans 8:27, it's not just feelings and intelligence. The Holy Spirit can pray. The Holy Spirit is not an it, it's a person. It can pray because in Romans 8:27 it said that the Holy Spirit makes intercession for us. The Holy Spirit, he is a person. He's a person, but then also in Acts chapter 5 you find that the Holy Spirit is a person, because in Acts chapter 5 you find Ananias and Sapphira, and they had some little bit of money, made a little bit of change on selling something that belonged to them. And then they came and they lied. And the text will say in Acts 5 and 4, it'll say this, it'll say you lied to the Holy Spirit. And then in the same verse at the last part, it says you lied to God. So it shows us that the Holy Spirit is a person and the Holy Spirit is God. So the Holy Spirit has feelings, it has intelligence, it can pray. Also the Holy Spirit can be lied to. But then Jesus in John 14 and John 16, as he teaches the disciples and introduces the disciples to the Holy Spirit before he breathes upon them in John 14 to 16, he tells you the Holy Spirit will teach you all things. So the Holy Spirit can teach. We can lie to the Holy Spirit. It prays. He prays. The Holy Spirit has intelligence, and the Holy Spirit has feelings. But then lastly, now in 1 Corinthians 12 and 11, the Holy Spirit has a will. It has a will. It has a will. Let me show you. It has a will because in 1 Corinthians 12 and 11, what it says is the Spirit gives gifts to those as He wills. The Holy Spirit is a person. The Holy Spirit is a person. And so now, the Holy Spirit is the third person of the Trinity. Now, I want you to help understand in terms of the Trinity, because see, there's some people that you will encounter, possibly Unitarian, and Unitarians will tell you that there is no Trinity. They'll tell you that there's one God and there's three different essences. And he's either the Father or the Son or the Spirit, but he's not all three. But then also you may encounter those who believe in a oneness theology, and those that believe in a oneness theology, they will teach you, they will try to tell you that actually that it's not three persons, it's just three in one, but it's not three individual persons. That's oneness theology. Now, I want you to understand again the Trinity. There are three individual people that are all God. Now, let me help you. The Trinity is the Father, it's the Son, and it's the Spirit. Now that's the Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Three individual, distinct people, but they all function together. That's the Holy Spirit. Now there's a Greek word to describe actually the Holy Spirit, and this Greek word is homoousios. This Greek word, homoousios. Homo means same. Homoousios actually means of the same substance. So what it means is that the Father is of the same substance as the Son, and the Father and the Son are of the same substance of the Spirit. Yes. Therefore, the Holy Spirit, it is the third person of the Trinity. It is no less God than Jesus. The Holy Spirit is just as much God as Jesus is, and just as much God as the Father is. They all function together. So get this, the Holy Spirit, it's the third person of the Trinity. And then furthermore, we see that in Jesus in John 14-16, Jesus, when he introduces the Holy Spirit to the disciples, he uses the word he. Introducing the Holy Spirit. He says, he will teach you. He will show you. Now, if Jesus used he will teach you, he will show you, he will implies that Jesus was teaching them that the Holy Spirit was and is a person. Now again, homoousios, as the Holy Spirit is homoousios, homoousios, Holy Spirit is the same substance as God. So now, lastly, as I can help you, Holy Spirit is a person, but not just a person, it's also God. The Holy Spirit is also God, because get this now, the Holy Spirit is omniscient, he's omnipresent, and he's omnipotent. Let me help you with this, and I'm going to leave this point that you hopefully get and understand that the Holy Spirit is a person. He's omniscient. He's omniscient because in Isaiah 40:13, it speaks of who has directed the Spirit of God. In other words, who can teach, who can tell God, the Spirit of God, what to do. The Holy Spirit knows all things. He's omniscient. But not just omniscient, he's also omnipresent, because Psalms 139:7 says, where can I hide from you? So he's omniscient, he knows everything, he's omnipresent, he is everywhere, but he's also omnipotent. He's omnipotent because in Job 33:4, it says, the Spirit of God made me and gave me life. So he gives life, but then not just that, he's omnipotent also, because when you go to the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis chapter 1, you'll find that the Spirit hovered over the water, the world that had no form. The Spirit moved and created the world that we know. So the Spirit is omnipotent. The Spirit has all the characteristics of God. The Holy Spirit is a person. Now, the Holy Spirit is a person. So right here, before we leave this point, someone just say, the Holy Spirit is a person. Now, if you're sitting too close to somebody, tell them, move over. Because I brought a...
Something within you has been longing for a meaningful worship experience, looking for a place where you can experience the presence of God, a life-giving place with relevant ministries that reach every age group, a liberating place where your hands and heart can be used in the service of God's kingdom. The Pilgrim Baptist Church is such a place. We provide an early morning worship at 8 a.m., nursery ministry, children's church, Sunday school, and Wednesday Bible study at noon and 7 p.m. The Pilgrim Baptist Church is a servant church reflecting Christ to the community.